Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know, it's exciting to be with you today. I don't know how many of you were able to watch yesterday's event on WHKW interview live behind the scenes with me and Glenn Merck that was the host. We set up the cameras. We went through the process of sharing pre and post, and it was really good. We had a lot of good responses. And we were able to really share with his audience what I get to share with you, which is really learning to hear God's voice within you. But today, there's also another voice challenge that I want to share with you to give you a dose of encouragement, but also a dose of kind of awakening to what sometimes challenging us. Have you ever had the mindset or the thought, there's not enough? Not enough time, there's not enough money, there's not enough anything. Or have you had the mindset that there's so much, if there is so much, it's just incredible abundance. Well, the terminology is either you have an abundance mentality or a scarcity mentality. And you know, most of us are not 100% one thing versus the other. It's typically so often that we have this mindset. When things are going good, there's abundance. When things aren't going so good, oh my gosh, tomorrow will never come. Have you ever had that feeling? Well, I think we all do, but I want to address it from a really powerful biblical principle that may check us the next time that not enough mentality comes about, or the scarcity mentality comes about and tries to rob you of what you really are supposed to be living. John 10:10, an interesting little scripture says that the thief comes, that scarcity mentality, the thief comes with fear and anxiety and worry and doubt to rob, to steal from you what you have, which is what God has come to give you in that same verse, which is abundant life, more than you could ask or imagine in this life and your life to come. Wow! Imagine that. John 10:10, one verse, poses scarcity mentality, the robber, the thief, the destroyer, the creep that we got to get out of our life, and his plan, which is the abundance, more than you could ask or imagine. And you know, I see that Christine is on this morning, and Christine, you are an example of an incredible, abundant mentality, what God has taken you through. And I know the audience doesn't know your whole story, but I do. And it's just incredible because you started to surround yourself with people that had abundant mentality. You surrounded your thoughts and your feelings and your reading and your studies and your listening with what I know is abundant mentality. And suddenly the scarcity mentality that you were even living exploded. And now you told me over and over again, and it's interesting that you're on this morning, that you have more than you could ever ask or imagine. And that's the promise. That's the promise out of Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 and 21. So you've got to check and find out in your decision making and your day-to-day walk through life, are you walking with the mentality of abundant mentality? Abundant mentality, there's more than enough, there's plenty for all to go around, and there's not a pie that takes away, as scarcity mentality believes, if somebody gets a piece, you're going to get less. So you've got to check that, and as you do, suddenly in your sales, like you, Judith, the sales are abundant. Why? Because no matter what the competition does, no matter what everybody out there is doing, no matter what the economy is, I know John 10 says, I have abundant mentality. So doors are going to open that I don't even see. Doors are going to open and outpour into my life because I'm drawing to, and you've heard the term, the law of attraction. Well, it's a biblical principle that the attraction is from here. Do you believe there's scarcity? Or do you believe there's abundance in your life? Do you believe that God has more than enough to pour out in your life? And He isn't driven by or controlled by the economics of the world, the issues of mistakes you've made? Or do you believe that there's scarcity mentality? There's not enough to go around. So today, I challenge you to listen to this thought. Check yourself. Number one, check yourself. Am I thinking in abundant mentality? Or am I in fear and don't want to risk and all these other things because I have scarcity mentality? Once you pose what you're thinking, then take captive the scarcity mentality and continue to meditate on the abundant mentality. And all of a sudden, as you do that, you will see the yoke lift from your shoulders of worry, fear, anxiety. You'll feel that lift of hope that has been buried down into the inner part of your heart. And suddenly, with a lot of effort, you're going to see the flow of abundance, of love, peace, joy, prosperity, good health. Because that's what it says in John 10:10, that God has come to give you and I. Really, it's really true. And, as I said in Ephesians, more than you could even ask or imagine. That's really abundance, wouldn't you say? So today, Rachel and Judith and Christine and everybody else listening, continue to have abundant mentality because you were called to abundant life, more than you could ask or imagine. Give me your comments. Share this with somebody because there's all those out there that are living in scarcity mentality. It's a miserable place to live in. There's no hope. There's much worry. There's fear and anxiety. Who do we want to live like that? Not even our worst enemy. So share this with them. Give me your comments today. Possibly even come back and tell me, hey, I had a moment that I caught that scarcity mentality and I really, really want to be in the abundance. So I changed it. I transformed because you know how I end every program. Beauty and change begins within. And Christine I want to tell you, that's a great hash mark abundant life. I love that. So for all you out there that want to kind of cheer with her and myself, # abundant life, because that's what it's all about. Have a beautiful day. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow with another message. Have a beautiful day. And keep the dose of encouragement going forward. Pass it on.